Hello, hello, hello. My name is Bruck, and today I'm back with you with some more Farming Simulator 2017 gameplay. You can see here I'm at my farm silo, and I've been a good little boy while everyone was away, and I have been working on the farm. I currently have the far field. Oops, not that one. That far field back there is seeded in soybeans. This field here is almost nearly seeded in soybeans, and that will be the last one to seed. So, you can see my seeders going right there. In the meantime, I finished the harvest, finished cultivating all the fields. I've been moving my grain out of this here silo down to the train. So on Goldcrest Valley, the train is very close to the home farm. You can see you just leave from your silo, go off to the side, go around the back, and you want to head straight down this way. Keep on trucking. You're going to hit the main road, or a main road, back behind your farm. Hang right. And here is the train station. So to unload into the train station, you want to drive right into here, put your trailer over the marked spot, and boom, there she goes. So now I'm going to jump into the trains just to show you how it works. So this is the first train, and if I pull up the big map, you can see that the train travels along the right side of the map. And there are a couple places where it'll stop, and you can, if you buy the other fields, you can deposit your grain and things like that, so that this train can pick them up and bring them back to the train stop, this main train stop. And this other train, which goes to the left side of the map, and goes to Maplefield Mill, which is the only unload area where you can sell your crops on Goldcrest Valley. And this train here goes to it. So as you can see in the bottom right there, I believe it's bushel. I don't want to make an assumption because I'm not totally sure. I mean, I grew up on a farm here in Montana. We go by bushel. I don't know. The developers of this game are European, so it could be different. I don't want to make an assumption, but I'm going to say bushel. So I have 16,000 bushels of wheat, 6,000, just over 6,000 bushels of sunflowers, and 5,500 bushels of barley in this whole train. So I'll just show you the train real quick. The front, you have a log holder. The second car is a very large holding car. I didn't realize that. I thought it was two separate ones until I started filling it. And then the back two, are also filling cars. So it's a very large train. You see the two there. They move very quickly. So let's get on our way on over to the mill. Maplefield Mill. The train takes a while to get up to speed, but once it's there you get to do 51 miles an hour if you have it set to that. 51 miles per hour along your way to the mill. It's a very scenic route. You can see this town, a large body of water that runs through the map. And here's one of the locations where you can fill it. Keep going here, and as soon as I hit this corner, I need to start slowing down because this train is very hard to stop. They made it very realistic. So you can see I'm starting to slow down here, and there is the Maplefield Mill. I'm going pretty slow, so it should be good. First couple of times I ever ran this train, I went flying through everything, and it was a little ridiculous. Oh, here we go. Slowing her down. Got that first car over the unload area. I'm gonna unload. Oop. I just dumped. Somehow just managed to dump the back two. Or no, the back two just moved up. I gotcha. I don't know what I'm doing. Alright, so all of my wheat is unloaded. I went too far. Back up to that area again. I'm not sure which one this was. But let's unload it. That one's the barley. And I go forward to the last car. Hit the brakes. Load that. There go the sunflowers. So this isn't the most, I guess, economic way of doing things. If I go to the prices for everything, you can see the Maplefield Mill is only the highest for canola right now, which I don't believe I did not have on the train. And you can see that the barley is not the highest at all, and the wheat is not the highest either. So the benefit of being able to load more onto the train, I don't know if it outweighs the ability to take, I mean, you have to drive it farther with your tractor and the trailer, but you make more. But another thing the Farming Simulator encompasses is running costs on vehicles, and the train doesn't cost you anything at the end of the day. It's free transport for all of your goods. You can see the log. This is the sawmill here. And I'll probably make an episode on forestry and things like that later, but the train doesn't have running costs, whereas your tractors and your trailers and things like that, they cost you some sort of, or some amount of money each day. And I can show you that if I load up the shop here. Actually, I'm going to try to stop this train. It's going to fly by it, but that's whatever. Yeah, after I get this train stopped, I'll open up the shop and I'll show you what I mean by cost per day. So, jump in here, I'll go over to tractors, and we will take a look at the tractor that we have, one of the tractors we have, which is the Case IH 1455 XL. So you can see down in the bottom left, it says $260 per day. So at the end of every day, it is going to charge $260 just to own this vehicle. And another thing that is implemented is a lifespan. So this tractor, this one here, has been on the farm for 88 days. They come preloaded with days on them because it's assuming that you didn't just get the tractors brand new when you got your new farm, things like that. So this tractor, which has 88 days on it, now costs you $914 per day. And the one with 72 is $751 per day, whereas the train has no daily running cost. So there is a benefit to being able to move very large quantities of grain. It takes a long time to fill the train fully because it can hold so much. So there's a benefit to moving that much grain, but then you also can lose a fairly substantial amount of money when you're hauling that large amount of grain. So it has its pros and cons. I like using the train when they have all of the same type of grain. Like, I'll use it after all of these fields are harvested because I have 3 fields of soybeans and I don't want to run that many little grain carts full like what I have behind my tractor here of soybeans around, because it's just uneconomical, and in the grand scheme of things, it is a video game and it is not fun to do that. So, kind of a long-winded explanation about the train and things like that, but I figured I'd show you guys the train, show you how it worked, just have a basic idea, so that later on in the series, if I use it or things like that, I don't really have to go too in-depth with it. Another thing that I thought I'd show you guys is the customization for the vehicles. So you start out with this truck here. It can do 76 miles per hour. It's really fast and really fun to get around. Most of the time you can just use the player transportation that comes preloaded. You go to your map, and on the PlayStation you move the right stick around, and say I want to go to the Denton Bakery. I just hover over it and I press down the right stick. The options come up to visit or tag, and I can just visit it and I'm there. So you can either do that, or you can get in, I'll just jump back in the truck, you can get in your truck and drive to places. So It's personal preference. I like doing both, just depending on if I'm super busy with a lot of things going on, I have to jump from field to field, or if there's not a lot going on, I can just drive there, and that's fun too. But I'll show you, since you got some money, the customization options for the vehicles. So you go to the shop, you drive in this little square, you walk up to the circle, and you press L3 or the left stick or whatever button it is on PC. And then this will pop up, you can sell the vehicle or customize it. So I'm going to customize, and with the starting pickup, the Lizard Pickup Rodeo, there are three power options. There's the Pickup Rodeo 100, which has 100 horsepower, the 140, which has 165 horsepower, and the 200, which has 190 horsepower. I like going with the 200 just because when you get trailers and things that you need to pull around, the 200 can do it a little bit quicker. It gets up to speed faster. They all hit the same speed at some point, but the 200 will get it up to speed faster. Main color, I like the darkest red. It seems to not just be a cover color, it has kind of its own texture in a way, and or not texture, but its own finish. You'll see when I put it on the truck. The wheel setup, this is just a different design for the rims. I usually like 6 or 7. I go with 7 on the older truck because it kind of looks like hot rod wheels, and I like that look, I guess. And rim color, I usually go black. So 22,000, it's kind of a lot, but it's nice when you see the truck when it's all done. So you can see how that dark red isn't just a dark red, it has like its own look to it. Like if you went with one of the other colors, it's like it's just a flat painted on color, but this one has some depth to it. You can see the design number 7 wheels that look like old hot rod rims. I really like those. I usually go with design 6 on the newer truck. I'll show you that here real quick. This truck here, the Pickup TT, I go with design 6 just because I like the look of them, you know, as that is. But yeah, I guess I'll drive back to the farm real quick, talk to you guys for a quick second, just seeing if I can get some feedback on this series. I mean, it is only the 2nd episode, but I figure at this point, if someone is watching it from the beginning, or if you guys are watching it new, as like the 2nd episode is coming out, and you're thinking, oh, this could be a cool series, I'd just like to get some feedback, just what you guys think of it, what you think I should do, what you think I shouldn't do, maybe even challenges if you know the game or something like that. Just give me a little suggestion. I love reading the comments, and I love looking at what you guys have to say about all of it, so I'll definitely look at those and take some suggestions. But yeah, we're back here now. I'm gonna park this truck real quick, and then we'll jump in the Cedar, see how he's doing. If he's got some distance to go, I'll let him finish up that field, and I'll start on the next field, and then I'll see you guys. So he's got a little bit to go, so I'll let him finish this, jump to the next field, and then I'll see you guys back when he's either done or almost done. Alright guys, we are back, and we have just finished up seeding all of the fields. So I wanted to wait till this point just so I could show you guys what I generally tend to do when I have fields growing. So when you go to the map or your menu, there's the map overview, and the first menu will show you the different types of plants that you have growing across your field. So I own 12, 14, and 15. You can see that I'm growing soybeans in all 3 fields. And then if I go over to the growth, you can see that all 3 fields are in the first stage of growing, which is the very lightest green color. There's also soil composition, which tells you if they're fertilized or need to be plowed, and you can see that all of my fields need to be plowed. But with growth, there's a trick you can do. If you go over to game settings, set the time scale to 120 and plant growth to fast, everything will grow very, very quickly. So I just want to add that to the end of the video, just to give everyone an idea of how, or a tip on how to speed things up with their growing in their field. Next video will probably be the harvest of these 3 fields. I'll probably sell a couple things. You can sell some of these big structures, and I'll probably sell the smaller grain cart just to buy a bigger one so I'm not making so many trips. But yeah, that's the plan for next video will be the harvest of all 3 fields. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also follow me on Twitter and Twitch if you're so inclined, and I'm also on Patreon if you want to head there. But thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.